mapag-usapan ang laman ng Budget 2025 pagdating sa immigration. Makakausap natin Suki sa Omni News, immigration lawyer Lou Johnson Dangzalan. Lou, welcome sa Omni News.
Thank you, Rhea.
Alright, Lou, Canada Strong ang titulo nitong Budget 2025. Strong din ba yung mga pagbabago pagdating sa pagtugon ng bansa sa issue ng immigration?
Uh, no giant surprises, unlike 2024 to 2025. Kasi yung transition to 2025, nakita natin yung massive cuts, both at the temporary resident levels, which is new. Yun yung groundbreaking doon for TRs. As for permanent residents, nothing surprising between 2025 to 2026. The numbers have largely stabilized for PRs. Ang question dito is allocation. Saan ang prioritize ng Government of Canada?
Lou, kung meron kang ikinagulat sa mga numero, meron nga ba?
Isa siguro, yung temporary resident plan levels for 2026, binaba nila ng malaki by a large margin yung international students. Nangalahati ito according to some estimations in the news. And malaki yung binagsak niya from the perspective of absolute numbers and proportional. Pero yung titignan kasi natin dito, in 2025 ba, yung number na binigay na allocation for international students, nagamit ba yung mga slot? Ang totoo dyan, Rhea, hindi. So in a sense, if you look at this politically, it was a low-hanging fruit from the perspective of the government. Kasi meron pa ring public perception na ang daming temporary residents in Canada. So if you have, let's say, an allocation of 500,000, tas hindi naman nagamit yan, let's say, 300,000 lang ang nagamit ng mga provinces and DLIs. Sasabihin ng federal government, oh, hindi nyo naman pala nagamit. So, ibaba natin yung target dyan to 300,000. I-match natin. So, there's nothing revolutionary there. But from the perspective of, actually making the announcement nandun, it's a feel-good for those who are still upset about the number of temporary residents.
Sa annual report ng Immigration Minister, no, sinabi niya na ibabalanse nila yung new arrivals sa bilang ng mga estudyante at workers na aalis sa 2026 at 2027 dahil pasuna yung kanilang mga permits. But at the same time, dun din sa report niya, sinabi niya na yung TR, mga temporary residents, may pathway to permanent residency. Ibig sabihin pa, gagawin silang prioridad. Kung nandito ka na, skilled at medyo
Mhm.
settled ka na,
Mhm.
meron kang pag-asa towards
Mhm.
permanent residency. So may mga pararatingin sila, may mga pauuwiin din silang sinasabi.
Mhm.
Paano dapat tignan ito, Lou?
It's a numbers problem. That's number one. Number two, this is political communications. Kasi at the end of the day kasi, um, meron kang, let's say, 100 places. Pero merong kandidato around 300 na nandyan na gusto mag-vie for the 100 slots. Meron silang malaking fundamental assumption dito sa kanilang presser na uuwi yung mga mapapasong permit. 'Di ba? So, inassume nila yon. Fair. Hindi na siya problema ng IRCC, problema siya ng CBSA. That's another conversation kung paano nila i-enforce yan. Let's assume na umuwi yung 100 out of the 300. You're still left with 200. 100 pa rin yung slots. Ang question dito, ipaprioritize daw yung mga temporary residents. Fair. Ibig lang sabihin nito, we will see the trends from 2024-25 na ang focus ng Canada for its immigration program is to keep the talent it wants from the existing pool rather than drawing from outside Canada. So in other words, yung mga candidates for independent skilled work immigration to Canada, whether they're targeting provincial nomination, express entry, mahihirapan silang pumasok sa Canada at ipaprioritize pa rin ang may skilled work experience in Canada, job offers, and already working in Canada. But fundamentally, you're still faced with the same math problem, the terror of numbers. Ito ay magiging competition pa rin na maging match ang iyong profile, ang iyong factors dun sa mga programa na available.
Kung temporary resident ako, at na nandito sa Canada, no, at may sapat na panahon para pagplanuhan ang mga susunod na taon, anong maipapayo mo, Lou?
Ang headline banner, hindi siya surprise to me, quite frankly, pero magre-rejoice ang mga naghahanap ng PR in a way is na-restore ang permanent residence pathway through provincial nominations. So from 2024, kasi for context, 39% of the economic pie 39% ay nakalaan sa provincial nomination. Bumagsak po ito to 24% in 2025. Nangalahati yung slots for PNP. So for those na nagtataka, bakit halos walang draws ang PNP? Ito po yung dahilan. Dahil yung allocation bumaba. For 2026, from a low number of 55,000 slots to 2026, tataas po ang PNP allocations to 91,500. Hindi po ito yung high water mark ng 2024 na 110,000 slots, but this is a dramatic improvement. So, ang makikita natin most likely in 2026 ay ang PNPs magdodraw ulit. But, Rhea, let's be honest here. Again, facing the math problem, ang daming kandidato. Ang daming kandidato versus konting slots. And even if you increase the slots sa PNP, merong backlog of excellent candidates. 'Di ba?
Yes, so you
Ibig
really have to
sabihin,
be in the right job that Canada needs, no?
correct.
Pataasan
Yun
ng
yung
puntos
ultimate.
talaga. Mm-mm.
Correct. Ito yung ultimate natin dito. Nasa tamang sector ka ba? So, yung may mga time pa na natitira sa kanilang postgrad work permits or kanilang closed work permits, may chance pa. Siguro, if they have like about a year and a half, 2 years, better, 3 to 4 years to play with sa sandbox nila. Pero kung natitira na lang 1.5 year down, medyo problematic tayo dito.
Lou, maraming salamat for your insights.
Always a pleasure.